The History of NASA, How America Reached for the Stars, 8-minute YouTube documentary script. Introduction, 0 rope 0050. What if one organization could change humanity's understanding of the universe forever? From landing astronauts on the moon to exploring Mars and discovering distant galaxies, NASA has become one of the world's most respected space agencies. But NASA's story isn't just about rockets and astronauts. It's about innovation, courage, and humanity's endless curiosity. In today's documentary, we'll explore the complete history of NASA, from its creation during the Cold War to its modern missions that are shaping the future of space exploration. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Before NASA, 052 US. The story begins in the 1950s, during the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union. In October 1957, the Soviet Union shocked the world by launching Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite to orbit Earth. The event sparked what became known as the space race. The United States realized it needed a dedicated civilian space agency to compete in science and technology. On July 29, 1958, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed the National Aeronautics and Space Act. NASA officially began operations on October 1, 1958, replacing the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, or NACA, which had focused mainly on aviation research. From the very beginning, NASA's mission was clear: expand scientific knowledge, develop advanced technology, and peacefully explore space. Chapter 2. The Mercury and Gemini programs, 2-330. NASA's first major goal was simple but incredibly difficult: send an American into space. The Mercury program selected 7 military test pilots who became known as the Mercury 7. In 1961, Alan Shepard became the first American in space. Soon after, John Glenn became the first American to orbit Earth, proving that humans could survive and work in space. NASA then launched the Gemini program, which tested essential technologies such as spacewalks, orbital maneuvers, and docking spacecraft together. These missions laid the foundation for the ambitious lunar missions that followed. Chapter 3. The Apollo Era, 330 to 520. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy challenged America with an extraordinary goal: to land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth before the end of the decade. NASA responded with the legendary Apollo program. The journey wasn't easy. In 1967, the tragic Apollo 1 fire claimed the lives of 3 astronauts during a launch rehearsal, leading NASA to redesign spacecraft safety systems. The journey wasn't easy. In 1967, the tragic Apollo 1 fire claimed the lives of 3 astronauts during a launch rehearsal, leading NASA to redesign spacecraft safety systems. Despite the setback, NASA continued. On July 20, 1969, history was made. The Apollo 11 mission successfully landed on the moon. Commander Neil Armstrong became the first human to walk on the lunar surface, followed by Buzz Aldrin, while Michael Collins remained in lunar orbit. Armstrong's famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," became one of the most memorable moments in human history. The moon landing demonstrated American engineering excellence and inspired generations around the world. Chapter 4. Space Shuttle and International Cooperation, 520-640. After the Apollo era, NASA entered a new chapter. In 1981, the Space Shuttle program began. Unlike previous spacecraft, the Space Shuttle could be reused, making frequent missions possible. Shuttles launched satellites, conducted scientific experiments, repaired the Hubble Space Telescope, and helped build the International Space Station, one of the largest international scientific projects ever created. NASA also experienced heartbreaking tragedies. The Challenger disaster in 1986 and the Columbia disaster in 2003 reminded the world that space exploration carries enormous risks. Even after these losses, NASA continued pushing forward with improved safety and technology. Chapter 5. Exploring the Solar System, 640-740. NASA's robotic missions have transformed our understanding of the universe. The Voyager spacecraft traveled beyond our solar system. The Mars rovers, including Spirit, Opportunity, Curiosity, and Perseverance, have explored the red planet, searching for evidence that ancient Mars once supported life. The Hubble Space Telescope revealed breathtaking images of distant galaxies. More recently, the James Webb Space Telescope has allowed scientists to look deeper into the universe than ever before, helping answer questions about the origins of stars, galaxies, and planets. NASA has proven that robotic exploration is just as important as human spaceflight. Conclusion: NASA's future, 74820. Today, NASA is preparing for a new era of exploration. Through the Artemis program, NASA plans to return astronauts to the moon, including the first woman and the first person of color to walk on the lunar surface. These missions will serve as stepping stones for future journeys to Mars. For more than 6 decades, NASA has transformed impossible dreams into reality. From the first American astronaut to exploring distant galaxies, NASA continues to inspire millions with its pursuit of discovery. The next giant leap may already be underway, and the future of space exploration is only just beginning. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more fascinating stories about science, technology, and the history that shapes our world.